Hey guys, what's up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. Welcome back to another movie review, aka After I Saw. This time it is going to be on BlacKkKlansman. And I actually saw two movies this weekend, and I'm going to be seeing two more movies on Tuesday, because, there are multiple movies that I really want to see and review for you guys that are still out. I just haven't gotten the chance to see them. And as you notice, the TV that was in front of the Doom poster right there is gone. Yeah, we used it for my sister because she really needed a TV. So it's a long story, but that's not what we're here for. So this is from visionary filmmaker Spike Lee, who and the movie is about the true story of an American hero, and in the early 1970s. Ron Stallworth, played by John David Washington, is the first African American detective to serve in the Colorado Springs Police Department. Determined to make a name for himself, Stallworth bravely sets out on a dangerous mission: infiltrate and expose the Ku Klux Klan, or the KKK, which I never actually heard of the KKK until I've heard info on this movie and what it was about. And after hearing that, I can't believe that they would do something like this back then. Like, I don't know if it still happens or what, but all that I know is that hearing this is just so dark and depressing that it's just wrong. Like, it really is. Now, anyways, the young detective soon recruits a more seasoned colleague, Flip Zimmerman, played by Adam Driver, into the undercover investigation of Lifetime. Together, they team up to take down the extremist hate group, as the organization aims to sanitize its violent retort to appeal to the mainstream. And one thing I really wanted to see this movie for was it was behind the team of Get Out, and Jordan Peele actually helped produce this movie, which I found pretty cool. And is it as good as critics are saying? Yeah, definitely. I had a really great time with this movie. It was funny, it was dramatic, especially towards the end. Excluding the footage, the real life footage that happens near the end. I know that's a spoiler, but it's not really a part of the movie. It's just like what happened in the true story. And I think Spike Lee, his direction and the cinematography throughout this film is absolutely memorable. It's phenomenal here, and I think for a film, basically, it just really surprised me on every note. Like it is a true story, but it's not dark. It is dark. It's a dark comedy movie, but not only is it dramatic, it's also very funny and like serious comedy. That's a big step up right there, because basically this true story right here is very dark, and there's just a few scenes that, well, I wouldn't say they're necessarily hard to watch. Like there isn't any rape, or you know like nothing is that violent. The movie isn't too, it's not that violent, but I mean, that wouldn't really bother me. But the fact that it focuses on, let me talk about the main character, played by what's his name again? John David Washington. He does a phenomenal job as the main lead, and everybody else was phenomenal. There was this one guy that kind of looked like Justin Long, but it isn't. It's Adam Driver. He was also fantastic in this movie. Everybody does a phenomenal job in telling its story, and basically, I never heard of the true story. In fact, most of the movies I've seen, I did not know anything about the true story. But all in all, with Spike Lee's direction and the performances and telling this dark story and putting it in a very comedic and very, very dark way, like it has some very and for its runtime, I will say this: it's slow in a couple parts, but all in all, I just had a great time watching this movie. So yeah, I'm not sure how well it's doing at the box office. I think this is its third weekend. I'm not sure, but this is definitely a film you should watch. And although I will say this, it's still definitely, even though it doesn't sound like it's dark, it definitely is for the people who have heard about this and hated the stuff that happened with the KKK. It's definitely for those type of people, and especially to people who this isn't for the people that hate it and just can't handle it at all. Like they cannot. I mean, like I said before, the movie isn't like violent. It isn't that violent, and it isn't insanely dark. It is pretty dark. Like I mentioned, it's a dark comedy. I'm basically being redundant right now, but all in all, definitely check this film out. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. One of the best films of the summer. I'm glad I got to see it before the summer ends. Technically, summer hasn't ended yet. It doesn't start until like the 21st or the 22nd of September. But yeah. So tomorrow I'll have my review for Mile 22. Although I don't really feel like that's really a movie to talk about. You'll see why. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out.